Greetings to you today, and welcome to our daily Devo for Saturday, September the 7th. Our devotion today is entitled Judging on Appearance, and I'm pretty sure we've all done that somewhere in our lives. Maybe we still do it, even though we know it's wrong. This comes from the Charles Dickens work entitled Great Expectations. Pip, dear old chap, life is made of ever so many partings welded together. As I may say, and one man's a blacksmith, and one's a whitesmith, and one's a goldsmith, and one's a coppersmith. Divisions among such must come, and must be met as they come. If there's been any fault at all today, it's mine. You and me is not two figures to be together in London, nor yet anywhere else, but what is private and be known and understood among friends. It ain't that I'm proud, but that I want to be right. As you shall never see me no more in these clothes. I'm wrong in these clothes. I'm wrong out of the forge, the kitchen, or off the meshes. You won't find half so much fault in me if you think of me in my forge dress, with my hammer in my hand, or even my pipe. You won't find half so much fault in me, supposing as you should ever wish to see me, you come and you put your head in at the forge window and see Joe the blacksmith. There. My screen jumped, sorry, it distracted me. You won't find half so much fault in me if, supposing as you should ever wish to see me, you come and put your head in at the forge window and see Joe the blacksmith there at the old anvil, the old burnt apron, sticking to the old work. I'm awful dull, but I hope I've beat out something nigh the rights of this at last. And so God bless you, dear Pip, old chap. God bless you. The fashion of his dress could no more come in its way when he spoke these words than it could come in its way in heaven. Again, because there are always such small segments, it's hard to know exactly where we're at here and what we're doing. So that's why we have Gene Fisher to help us out. In this scene from Great Expectations, Pip's friend Joe, a poor blacksmith, visits Pip in London. Pip has become a fine gentleman and somewhat full of himself, and he is embarrassed to be seen with Joe. Fate has taken them in two different directions, and Joe decides that he no longer fits into Pip's life. The final sentence here shows that Joe's genuine words have put Pip into his place, or as Proverbs 29:23 says, a man's pride brings him low, but a man of lowly spirit gains honor. How might God feel about this change in Pip and Joe's relationship? Well, in 1 Samuel 16:7, God says to Samuel, do not consider his appearance. The Lord does not look at the things man looks at. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. In John 7:24, Jesus says, stop judging by mere appearances and make a right judgment. Joe chose to be himself, even if Pip were to judge him. He said, it ain't that I'm proud, but that I want to be right. God judges us from a position of holiness. He judges not on our appearance or prominence in society, but rather on the attitudes of our hearts. None of us has the wisdom or insight to judge others as God does, with absolute righteousness. Matthew 7:1 says, "Judge not, that you be not judged." I've heard Matthew 7:1 thrown around a lot over my years in the ministry as such a shallow thing. Oh, you can't tell me I'm wrong. You don't know if I'm wrong, and it's a shallow deal, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't judge people in that way. We don't get the right to be judge, jury, and executioner. That is the level of the word that Jesus uses there in Matthew 7:1. It's a serious judging. The gavel goes down. The sentence has been pronounced. No, we don't get to judge people internally. We don't know what's in their heart. We don't know what's going on with them. We can look at the appearance, as we often do. And we don't just judge the appearance and stay on that surface level. Oftentimes, our judging goes, we see the surface level, and now we think we know what kind of person they are. That they've messed up their lives, or they don't care about themselves, or something deeper that goes past what clothes they're wearing, or what tattoos they have, or any of those kinds of things, or whether they're driving an old junky car or live in a rundown house. We don't know people's hearts. We cannot judge those hearts. Only God can do that with perfection. Be careful not to judge on appearances. I'm guessing 99 times out of 100 you get it wrong. I know that I would. Blessings to you today on this Saturday.